And we're back with a daily tropical weather update for the first time in a while. But here we go, guys. And today we have two Invest Active, Invest 94L, and Invest 96W in the Atlantic. Not counting Invest 92A as we've discontinued it and we do not think that's going to form. But interest in that area should definitely monitor the system. First off, here's a look at the Atlantic Ocean here. We have two areas of interest. 80% chance for that invest there. 94L likely to develop into subtropical or tropical depression or storm in the next day or so. Continues to remain very disorganized with few convection around the actual low-level center and that thunderstorm activity mostly concentrated in the east. We also have a 20% chance for a storm to pop up by the end of the 5-day period, but models starting a little bit to drop off development of that. So still to be seen. But National Hurricane Center have dropped it to a 20% from 30%. So we'll see if that ends up developing. In the Eastern Pacific, we have one area, less than a 10% chance. Really, the only reason for that is because it's out in the 12-day period. So really, it's almost 2 weeks. So it's just way too far. But we have that green one means less than a 10%, but it is mostly for storms that could form really far out after the 5-day period. In the Western Pacific, this is Invest 96W, 70% chance for that storm to form, likely to develop into a weak hurricane or strong tropical storm and making landfall somewhere near China over there. Again, still to be seen whether that will develop or not, but changes are increasingly with the GFS and CMC, a couple of the models showing a 990 to 980 landfall in that area. And again, and now as we get into the Indian Ocean, we actually have one area of interest with a 30% chance to form. Just scattered thunderstorm area located currently to the south of the Indian Ocean, and that is currently expected to move north and could quickly develop right before making landfall on the northeastern side, northeastern side of India there, and that could pop up into a weak tropical storm right before making that landfall. The Joint Typhoon Center hasn't yet picked up on that, but we definitely think that could be a possibility. As you would expect in South Pacific, no tropical development expected in the next 5 days. Here's a look at the Atlantic right now, and as you can see, we have quite a bit of activity going on. First off, here is Invest 94L here, located right there. As you can see, some spin-up activity and convection with that center being located right here. We also have a strong tropical wave moving through. Right now, no chances of that developing, but it's a fairly big tropical wave that we're going to have to pay a close attention to. Here's another area of disturbed weather east of Florida, but right now really not expected to develop. And as you can see, that disturbance that will soon be developing in the Western Pacific, in the Western Caribbean, still nothing there. It could come from this general area of thunderstorm activity, though. All right, now as we look at the Eastern Pacific, you're going to be able to see not too much going on. We do have this here, which is fairly interesting to see if that could develop into something, but really no indication of that yet. And exactly that one of those tropical waves here moving through could develop by the end of that 10-day period in that general area. So something we're going to have to keep attention to, but definitely something also to monitor with this wave right here moving through, which is fairly organized. Now, as we look at the Western Pacific, which is continuing to blow up in convection here, this is Invest 96W, which is very likely to develop. You can see how much convection is associated with it right now. And it is a fairly organized system currently, and it's likely to continue moving in that general direction where it is really likely to develop, probably after hitting the Philippines there, but even before, you can see how much convection is blowing up here. Of course, we do have a couple of the disturbance, but really nothing expected out of that. And here's those disturbed weather right here that is supposedly going to be moving north here, and that could form somewhere around here as it slowly moves to the north. But really, we're going to have to see if that ends up doing or not. But the chances on that are also increasing there as this really gets its act together by the end of the 5-day period. Sea surface temperatures continuing to get colder here in the equatorial Pacific, where we do have a La Nina in effect. Sea surface temperatures, other than that, fairly warm throughout the Atlantic. pretty cold on the northern Gulf Coast, and it remains very, very warm in the western and Indian Ocean.